Hello, everyone. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Hearing very well. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good sound today.
Okay. Good. Didn't you get fix your video?
No, I talked to my IT guy. I think it's my MacBook Pro. Maybe the camera just died in it. It's supposed to have a built-in camera. So I'm gonna have him take a look at it this week and figure it out. Otherwise I have to take it back to Apple, get it fixed. I used my iPhone yesterday for the soak, but it kept falling down and it was only the ceiling that you could see. I had to hold it in my hand.
Order something.
No, I think I have warranty, so I can get it fixed for free.
I mean, your iPhone, the holder, that was really nice one. Then not falling.
Oh yeah, one of those things. Yeah, my iPhone is very old, so it doesn't have all the zoom. You have to have an iPhone 8 to get all the background and all the extras with zoom. And I have an earlier model, so I like the earlier models better.
Wow, so you're taking care very good, I think.
Yeah, I had, my daughter keeps breaking them, so I keep giving my iPhones to her and getting new ones under warranty.
I'm just excited because they're making Blackberries again. I can't wait to get a Blackberry.
Oh, good. I've never used one.
Oh, they have a keyboard. It'll make my text messages legible.
I had one of those and I loved it. Yeah. I used to have the old one.
When I said I was excited, my sister said, I'm excited to be able to understand what you're texting me.
Yeah, I don't understand how to use the iPhone 11, the brand new one. So it's impossible to use. But other people like it.
I think I did see the ceiling, Gail. It was kind of cute.
Every time I put it down and tried to prop it up on something, it went to the ceiling.
I just thought you were really into the practice.
She was flying.
I was actually in my art gallery and I had to put my mask on all the time, which looked really funny on the screen. So every time people walked in, I put it to the ceiling too, so you wouldn't have to see me with a scary mask on.
That was a really nice practice yesterday. Thank you, Khenpo.
You mean the bunso?
Yes. Oh my goodness. That was just like tremendous.
Yeah, everyone got enthusiastic with the music too.
You mean which music?
Oh, all the bells and the chimes.
Oh,
Cymbals, you had
that's good.
Cymbals? Yeah, the cymbals are great.
We need all these symbols and music during this time, that time, you know.
Exactly. I have
Yeah.
small cymbals that are wonderful. They really sound very nicely when they clang together.
We have here is actually but no people want.
Yeah.
Nobody knows how to play. They will have big concerts.
Those are nice.
Was it okay what we were doing with the instruments, Khenpo, last night? I wasn't sure. Was it okay what we were doing with the instruments last night? I wasn't sure. The sounds we
Yeah,
were.
when we do this symbols, then you have to do that. Just whatever you have, a bear and the damare and the conchos, unmute and make big songs.
I guess I'm a little different because I had to turn the volume down when all that was going on because it hurt my ears. It actually bothered my ears to hear the cymbals and the conch shells and all the other. So I had to just turn the volume down and then guess when it was that part was over and turn the volume back up.
Yeah, the people who had heard this song too much there, then they can draw the volume down.
And this morning, the instrument I liked the most was the one that I think the Vajra family had. It was great. So enthusiastic.
That's no instrument. That is a draw. What are you talking about, Avura?
I know, Khenpo. I like it though. It makes a great sound.
So you like the draw songs, then you go to the just small villages. They're always bucking the draws and non-stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds great.
So you go to in Tibet, then there's nomads. Then you see this all the dogs every day barking every night, every day.
Yes, all day long. All day
So
long.
when they see the people, they're barking. So next time I have to take you there. Then when you come back, you say, I don't want to hear any of these ones.
I grew up with a lot of dogs always in my family. Lots of dogs. So
Oh, okay. So then that's.
Reminds you of home.
Okay, so we ready? Everyone ready?
Yes.
Yes, Khenpo.
Okay, Chuang, please, can you wake up, remove obstacles, chant the supplication, Tara, put the protection.
Yes, Kamala. Yes. Machiwa me pe chi yong na yong ji zen la mo zhuo na ju di sen qian gen la di therma don't you back and leave each other so Rang chi rimber ma hiber Señor mo de jerwai ma korwar chimbi san la yong la mo cho chi cha so Chinyang ni chela ma chi ba ta nie ci ge ji zhang ni zhen tang yan bei li wa la yong yang de ge la mi cha de so do ber ga wa rong ge sen tong ni gong ber ma shi ber xia wang yan bei yong wa la 永真别拉米加的索，三荣兄因美一起啦，你是真被我瞧见。接待些将中巴南，特你没接他米家的手，养的个多拉你西家。见真知等着么希比，希西多拉蒙巴拉，勇敢前进拉米加的手。真正能去参夜间，看见的大也没去，大东路米刚子啦，永走。上季节家的手。
Okay. Can you hear? Okay. Yeah, I didn't hear the last part of this prayers. Okay, so now we're going to do the opening prayer together. Page 3. Your mothers and beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles to my path to liberation and omniscience, may they all experience happiness, be separate from suffering and safely. I will establish them in the state of answer path, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. O mothers and beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles to my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience be happiness, be separate from suffering and safely. I will establish them in the state of answer path, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. Dalai Dhamma Sebe Dai No Bar Sebe Ge Tarba Dam Dam Jen Jen Be Bar De Yu Bar Seba Dam Je Je Zo Sebe Mananga Dan Nyam Be Sem Jen Dam Je De Wa Dan Den Dongarar Dan Jar Nyor De Lana Me Ba Yang Da Bar Zobe San Jo Rumbo Je Do Bar Sa Da San Je I achieve enlightenment. I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas of the Yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in the excellent. We take refuge in the noble Dhakas, Dhakinis, and the Dharma gardens, the possessors of the eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the example of the Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embodied enlightened mind and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path are true for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhicitta and applying myself to complete this stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the cause of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in economy free from attachment and aversion. So now we go to the mandala offering. The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Meru, the spring mountain, the four continents, and the sun and the moon. As Buddha fear, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of Buddha fear. To the lamas who possess the three kayas, I offer the altar inner and the sacred offerings. With my body, word, that all that is visible, please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Om Guru Rena Mendra La Punza Munga Samandra Zavaran Samaye Ahom. I call refuge on the name of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are the victor, Varjadara, with wardrobe. I bow at the feet of Father Jigten Songgo. Continually I think of no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessings, dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unliberated nature of mind. Please stand the way of Dharma, of the true workers, and their combination, according to disposition, and likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. So now we go to the Manjushri, page 32. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of the clouds of truths, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart. He has compassion for all beings who are suffering from the darkness of ignorance in the presence of samsara as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he wakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma. Through the 60 branches of Haramanya's speech, he wears the wisdom sword to cut the saddling of suffering and to dispel the darkness of confusion. In the Bodhisattva form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledges. I supplicate you, Manjushri, adorned by the 112 sons of Buddha, to dispel the darkness of my ignorance. Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade. Om Arabazanade, 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 Om Arabazanade. Om Arabazanade, Om Wangeshorumo, Om Wangeshorumo, Om Wangeshorumo, Om Wangeshorumo, Om Wangeshorumo, Om Wangeshorumo, Om Wangeshorumo. You who are the perfect, youthful body, whose flame of wisdom blesses, and dispel the darkness of worldly ignorance, are positive before you and press to manjashiri. Okay, so good morning, everyone. So I'm going to ready to share the teaching. Everyone ready?
Yes, Khenpo.
Khenpo, yesterday you were talking about
So
the meditation.
go to
For
the
15
stage of meditation.
for 15 minutes
We
every day.
talked already about introduction, and then we talked already main body of the text, not finishing main body of text. So main body of the text, we have 8 chapters. Today we are in the last chapter, is how to meditate on completion stage of wisdom. So today the section is the result of all these other chapters. The kind of main essence of all these other teachings. So that's the reason this how to meditate on completion stage of wisdom is the most important section. You have to carefully listening and also pay attention to the teaching, and we have to meditate, practice. So then you understand that what here is the talking about the teaching. If we don't put practice, effort, meditate, then this prayer, what is it we're talking about, the completion stage of wisdom, is just beautiful words, but you really don't understanding the main essence of the teaching. This teaching is actually beyond the words, beyond the thoughts, beyond the perceptions, is beyond our capacity. So only we understanding through the meditation and the practice, not the just only listening, teaching. So that's the reason when you come into the completion stage of wisdom part, no same as other chapters. So other chapter, like think about it, we talk about how to meditate on the 4 thoughts. So you that is not beyond our perceptions, not beyond our words and capacity. So you can meditate like precious human body. We have to recognize, you use your intellectual, you can think about, that's not beyond our thoughts, perceptions, not beyond the words. So then think about like that way, all these 4 thoughts meditations are not beyond our perception and the thoughts. So you can use your intellectual investigating or cultivate, you can meditate practice. Then we talk about already how to meditate love, how to meditate on compassion. So that too also not beyond our perception, not beyond the thoughts. So all use like our, just cultivating, intellectually, you understanding, and you use your knowledge, or just use your mind and understanding the, all beings used to our parents, and we appreciate their, kindness. Then we wanted to help them. We wish them have happiness. We wish them free from suffering. So that's all is not beyond our thoughts, not beyond our perceptions. So it's easy. Then we have this how to meditate on bodhicitta. How to meditate bodhicitta also not beyond our perception and the thoughts. So that's also like mind generation. Mind generation is you use just your mind and change good intention. So that's not that hard, easy. So then we think about how to meditate on shamatha. Shamatha also the not beyond our words and thoughts. So just you use the object and the mind resting with that. It's not that hard and difficulty. So then how to meditate on the Vipassana section. The Vipassana is a little bit harder, that you know that. Then Vipassana has two different sections, intellectual and the resting mind. So intellectual is not beyond the words, beyond the perceptions, beyond the thoughts, but the mind resting section, resting mind. Resting mind and the Vipassana section, then this completion section is the same. Actually, not much difference. Only difference is how do you get into there. Different method. This how to meditate on Vipassana, resting mind, non-conceptual meditation. First we practice think about the intellectual, then you get into non-conceptual, resting mind. So here is how to meditate on completion stage. Is you use this generation stage practice, then you come into the completion stage. So completion stage, the Vipassana, resting mind, non-conceptual, the essence is the same, no difference. So just different result. One is Sutra tradition result, another is Vajrayana tradition result. The result is the same. So only one Buddha, that we cannot have Vajrayana Buddha, we don't have Sutra tradition Buddha, it's become one Buddha. So one nature, not many natures in there, all beings have one nature, so one Dharmakaya. So that means little bit different path to approaching the result. So you have to understand that way. Then how to meditate on Vipassana, resting mind, non-conceptual, use the method is investigating intellectual part. So how to meditate on completion stage is we use the generation stage, many different methods to get in that level. So different method using to get into the, this highest level means the Mahamudra stage. Okay, so that's the way we have to understand. So now yesterday we talked about this completion stage, how to meditate. So just relax your mind and look to your own mind. So look directly at the essence of this mind. So you really look into the nature of your own mind, and then you can see yourself. So who's going to look to your natural mind? Your mindful awareness have to watch and look into your mind. So actually you have one mind, not two minds, but there has a little bit different aspects. Mindful awareness is also your mind, but that can watch your mind. So yesterday I give you the example that these light bulbs, they're seeing their own, like that. Your mind seeing your mind. So easy to say, like your mind seeing your mind, not someone seeing your mind. Your own mind seeing your own mind. So who going to look to your mind? Your own mind going to look to your own mind. So that means like a little bit different aspects of your mindful awareness, watch and looking into your mind. Then you see your mind is free from all this how to say this, all this object, free from all these extremes, and free from dualistic thoughts. So you are really into the nature that then is called no door, the no subject, no object, only is mind nature. So that mind nature also, we already talked that mind nature is not permanent. So that mind nature is emptiness, and no nothingness is present, always there. But that is clearly there, clarity, present, clearly, vividly. But that present, clear, vivid is emptiness. That is emptiness. So that's the reason you investigate, research, you cannot find a mind because its nature is emptiness. So that's the reason scientists say mind is not exist. The mind is no object of the investigation. Yesterday I already told you, so you shoot the gun to the rainbow. You cannot kill the rainbow. You know, rainbow light is not object of gun shoot. Because you can see the rainbow, but it's empty. So like that, you know, you wanted to find the mind, same is like you shoot the gun to in rainbow or moon reflection in the water, same like that. So mind is no object of the intellectually you can find some physical things because it's emptiness. But it's always there, means always there, same as like rainbow, you can see it's there, but you cannot hold, you cannot coat, you cannot destroy. So like that, you know, that's the reason scientists also confused. They say no mind. But already Buddha talked like 2,500 years ago, Buddha already talked mind is not exist. So sometimes people very, how to say, disappointed or something like this, and mind is not exist. So we think, oh, we have a mind. The scientists say mind is not exist. Actually, mind is not exist, like physically, permanently not exist. But it's no nothingness means like some, like, you know, with nothingness never exists things, not like that. Mind is always there, present. It's clearly, that is empty, empty is clearly there. So you have to recognize that when you meditate. When you're into that nature, then you recognize your natural mind. So you are being into the dead nature. You are being into the dead nature, then you are in the no door, no dualistic thoughts. Do you hear something worse? Or can you hear some? I don't know. I hear something. My ear comes. I don't know. Whoa. Okay, so it's this is Sarah is talking. Sarah or what is? Okay, so many other beings listening for us. So here is not only us here, physical seeing things, right? Gautama Rinpoche, when he gave empowerment, he says, all the Buddhas are there, not only yourself when you practice. So, no, when you listening Dharma, not only yourself there, so many other beings too, all the Buddhas are there too. So, okay, no. What I'm talking about, see, mind is empty, but it's always there. When you're into that natural state, into the nature, so then it's no draw, called no draw, no doula state. So usually our minds not stay into the nature. So that's we recognize ourselves, we know ourselves what we're doing. Our minds always follow the object. They have a subject and object all the time, 24 hours. So that is called delusion, deluded, delusion. Minds follow the object. Then meditation means like your mind into your natural state. Then we need free from dualistic thoughts. So stay in the non-conceptual. Then when your mind stay into the non-conceptual, then really your mind is resting. Otherwise, your mind is not resting because your mind is follow the object and the thoughts all the time, 24 hours. So even like you don't have like gross level or surface like emotion and thoughts, but always have subtle level, dualistic thoughts all the time. We have that. Even you think you are relaxed, your mind is not follow the thoughts, but still your subtle level, dualistic thoughts always there. Mind is not resting really. So now your awareness, mindful awareness, look to that mind, and you see your mind, and then seeing that in mind that just you have to stay in that nature. So your mind is not easy to want to stay in the nature because you already used to habituate follow the thoughts, emotions. Not easy to stay in that nature. That's the reason your mindful awareness watch. We need alertness too. Your mind for your mindful awareness recognize your mind in the nature. Alertness, don't let it go away. More sharper mind watching again. So that's two things like have to keep your mind into the natural state. It's long teaching about this mindful awareness and alertness. It's actually in the way of Bodhisattva has really good examples in there. These two. What the difference is like mindful awareness and alertness. So long as you have these two, then your mind not possible to follow the thoughts and follow the object. So mindful awareness kept you in the nature, but alertness really watch you don't go out. So sharper mind. I already give you the example when you drive the car. So you must have to have a mindful awareness. Otherwise, you're going to get accident. But alertness means like you keep safety, your dangers, because sometimes we see the road is not great. Maybe in the road has like gang people or police. So you might really careful watching, sharply watching. Not only you just drive like correctly, but really watching anything in the danger ones on the road. So that's called alertness. Long as you have that truth, then your mind can stay into the natural state. Without that truth, is sometimes these repeat instructions, good teachings, you meditate shamatha, you can come into your natural state, then just comes on and then right away off. So you cannot stay that much long into natural state. Because due to, our minds already used to follow the thoughts all the time. That is already habituate. Not easy to keep into natural state. So we have so much thoughts, all the time. When you come into the natural state, long as you have awareness, mindful awareness and alertness, then you can stay the longer, and then you can really feel this experience. When you your meditation experience, then really your mind is resting. Then you have really peaceful, this experience arise. So you can feel some good feelings. Like sometimes we say, blessed. So mind also get blessed. The two different things. Some people has a monkey mind, crazy monkey mind, all the time thoughts. Some people has a foggy, sleepy mind. So this meditation, very hard to go into in the natural state who has a monkey mind. So good thing is who has a monkey mind, when you get in the natural state, you can really get blessings, you feel and want to be there. It's good for the monkey mind. But this who has foggy, sleepy, dullness, actually that is more harder than monkey mind. So that kind of person, okay to meditate, but that person really need intellectual meditation, more intellectual meditation, not the resting mind meditation. When you get into the natural state, you right away fall sleeping. So that's you can see, like some people meditate and maybe the mind is resting and right away go fall asleep. So that person has more kind of a fogginess and dullness, right? Dullness, so sleepy mind. So who has that kind of person have to create more accumulation merit too. Chant Vajrasattva practice, visualize Yidam Deity. That person is good to practice generation stage. So who has a more monkey mind, crazy mind, good for deep shamatha meditation, shamatha resting, and then go to completion stage, in the nature. So it's always dependent, just person need a different kind. Sometimes like you also, one person all the time change, our elements always change too. So due to this, all the outer conditions, your body conditions, sometimes you have a monkey mind, your mind is crazy. Sometimes you have a dull and foggy, sleepy. So, the change all the time, this. So you have to recognize what you need, which practice you need to do. When you're going to meditate, rest in mind, when you get into the natural state, then you fall asleep. That's also not great. So when you're going to meditate, practice, then you use something that creates you more crazy. Your mind is first crazy, then the practice crazy, more crazy, like create you more crazy, drive you crazy, then then that's also incorrect too. So that's the reason you have to change it, the practice, which one you need. You have to recognize. Do you understand? Yeah, so we have that problem. Sometimes people say, oh, this practice is like, not go for, like I say, I cannot do this, something like, but that day is no suit for you, but not always like that. When you have so much thoughts, then you meditate these generation stages. No easy. Because you have a lot of thoughts, your mind is crazy, monkey mind. You meditate the different kind, like lotus flowers, moon sun and moon days, top their syllables, like that is these things. First, your mind is crazy, then that drive you more crazy. The like that is, that drive you more crazy. So that's the reason you have to know what you need to do. Then, of course, like when we go group together practice, you have to follow group together. Sometimes you do individually, you have to choose like what you need to do. Okay, so no. Yesterday, where we stay, I think it's page 122, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we talked already Tirikayas. Yesterday they talked about also Tirikayas. So Tirikaya is, this Tirikaya is a secret level Tirikayas. And what you see here in this page, like 122, yesterday talked about Tirikayas. The Tirikaya is not always like that, okay? They have a Tirikaya, also have ultra level Tirikayas, inner level Tirikayas, secret level Tirikayas. So this is the secret level Tirikayas. Secret level Tirikayas. I'm going to share with you a very simple way. Ultra level Tirikaya is Buddha Amitabha is Dharmakaya, Chinreze is Sambodhakaya, Pema Sambhava is Nirmanakaya. So that is ultra level Tirikayas. Inner level Tirikaya is your body is Nirmanakaya, your speech is Sambodhakaya, your mind is Dharmakaya. So yesterday here, this teaching talk about Tirikaya is a secret level Tirikayas. Your mind empty is Dharmakaya. Present, vivid, clarity is Sambodhakaya. That empty and clarity inseparable is Nirmanakaya. So that's all within on your mind, not followed by the ultra level, inner level. This is followed by secret level Tirikayas. So that's the reason this Tirikaya is not all the time same. You see in the prayers, in the teachings. So you have to understanding Tirikaya is like ultra or inner or secret level. So now as we have 122, yesterday we live in this very mind of yourself, this continuum, this original pro-model knowing, innately aware, vividly clear and present. So here just talking about essence of our mind nature. The essence of mind nature is this very mind of yourself, our mind nature, this continuum. This original pro-model knowing means always be with us. Original pro-model knowing is a natural mind, means original, means always that we have. Original one. Then pro-motor knowing, beginningless to until we have, never separate from us. The nature is always be with us. All the sentient beings, all the Buddhas has this nature, this original pro-motor knowing. Innately, ever, that nature is innately always there, ever, vividly, clear, and present. So that means no nothingness. You know, no nothingness. Sometimes you hear mind is empty, means like, oh, nothing, no exist, anything there. So that words actually meaning you have to understand mind is no nothingness. Its nature is empty, but it's always there. Vividly, clearly, and present. So it's emptiness, but that is no permanent, okay? So no solidly formed body or something, no physical. Then what that means? It is emptiness. That is emptiness. And compassion inseparable. So that my nature has compassion is inseparably has. So that is Buddha's mind. Buddha's mind is emptiness and compassion inseparable. Compassion, emptiness, inseparable. So it means like method, wisdom, inseparable. We ordinary beings, we didn't have that, like realization or understanding the nature. So we didn't, actually originally, of course we have, but we didn't have the qualities ever. That's why we don't recognize emptiness means like no compassion. Compassion means no emptiness. So that is like our dualistic mind. Always think that way. But actually, when Buddha's mind means like compassion and emptiness inseparable. Emptiness, compassion is inseparable. It's same. So Buddha's mind is empty, but it's always compassion there. That's why in the Vajrayana have a Yab and a Yom. So Yab, Yom, union symbolize compassion, emptiness, inseparable. Compassion is representative, Yab is a method, emptiness is wisdom, representative the Yom, means female, Buddha, Yom, and union means inseparable. Yab, Yom, inseparable means like, compassion and wisdom inseparable. So this emptiness, always you have to think about like wisdom, emptiness, perfection, emptiness, kind of like something like that, but not just nothingness. The inseparability of the two truths, the inseparability of skillful means and wisdom. So this, our mind, the nature has all these qualities, inseparable with emptiness, wisdom, and compassion, and also inseparability of the two truths, like relative truth, absolute truth, inseparable. Right now, our perception, relative truth, absolute truth is separate, no same. Our perception is opposite, contradiction, relative truth, absolute truth. But when you get really realize absolute truth and relative truth is inseparable, you take out relative truth. Where is absolute truth? You cannot find absolute truth. So relative truth itself is an absolute truth. Absolute truth is opposed to relative truth. So who has dualistic thoughts, they perceive relative truth. Buddhas who has realization, they perceive the absolute truth. Same object. That's why reason no separate, absolute truth, relative truth is no separate, it's same. You're seeing what you see, the form, that appear to us, relative truth. Who has realized their seeing is absolute truth. But the form is the same, actually not separate there. So then why we create this relative truth, that absolute truth? Because that is followed by our perception, dualistic. And we don't see the absolute truth, then we cannot, we have to use relative truth, introduce to the absolute truth. Otherwise, we don't have understanding absolute truth, because absolute truth is beyond our perceptions. How can we introduce to the people? You're seeing relative truth, so you don't see the absolute truth, then you cannot introduce absolute truth. So that's why we say what we see right now is deluded mind, is relative truth. So then you recognize, oh yeah, absolute truth is something beyond our perceptions. But actually, what we're seeing, that is absolute truth, but our perception is impure. That's why it's relative truth is appear to us. Then who has realized that this mind, all seeing is absolute truth, their mind appear to absolute truth. So that's the reason this, I shared one story, it's easy to you understand. And the Shariputra and the Tsangpa Rinpoche, they debated, when the Buddha told the teaching, Shariputra seeing relative truth, the other Bodhisattva, he's come from other pure line, so he received teaching from Buddha and Shakyamuni. His seeing is absolute truth. So these two is cannot seeing same. They're seeing different. Then they have debate and went to see the Buddha. Then Buddha told the other Tsangpa Rinpoche what he see is correct because he sees absolute truth. Shariputra seeing is relative truth. So same is like white color, like this color. Someone who has a sickness, they see the yellow color. So actually this is a white, no yellow, but other who has a sickness, they see the yellow color. So same like that, we have ignorance, sickness, we see the relative truth, we don't see the absolute truth. So who has that sickness, disease, something like seeing white is yellow, and someone don't have that disease, then both look to this white color, one seeing white, one seeing yellow, but the object is the same. They don't have two, like one yellow, one white. Actually, it's white. But who have a sickness, that person see the yellow. Who don't have a sickness, that person see the white color. So like that, who has dualistic thoughts, they're seeing relative truth. Who has realization, absolute truth, realization. Who has realized emptiness, they're seeing the absolute truth. They don't have two objects. So that's why it's like relative truth, absolute truth is inseparable. The inseparability of skillful means and the wisdom. So that's a little bit different words, but meaning is the same. The emptiness and the compassion inseparable. So the skillful means and the wisdom inseparable is the same meaning. The inseparability of development and the completion stages. So development part is like we already taught the generation stage. We practice all this visualize the Yidam deity. That is a generation stage development. And the completion stage is right now we're sharing the mind nature. So that too is inseparable actually. It is only a matter of relaxing the mind in its natural state and not dividing from that nature of emptiness, clarity, emptiness, awareness. So then the most important, just essence, like kind of me, I can say essence. Important is it is only a matter of relaxing the mind in its natural state. So when your mind is relaxing, stay in the natural state, then all these qualities in there. So you don't have to think about, oh, no, I need compassion, or where is like skillful method, where is relative truth, absolute truth. You don't have to think about anything. Just stay in the nature, all these qualities there. Natural state and not dividing from that nature of emptiness, clarity, emptiness, awareness. So then when you into that nature, so all the qualities in there. That's why it's called completion stage. It means everything is in there. Completion stage. There is nothing else to meditate on. No meditation outside of and apart from this. So meditation means relax your mind in the natural state, then not dividing from that nature of emptiness, clarity, emptiness, awareness. So that is meditation. So you don't have to do anything more than that. If you do something more than that, it becomes it's called distraction, and it's you are already off from the natural state. Then you are not meditating. So meditate means like you don't have to put effort. You don't have to do hardship anything. Just relax your mind into with awareness, emptiness, present clearly in that natural state. You are being there, then you're meditating. There is nothing else to meditate on. No meditation outside of and apart from this. During the 4 daily activities, so then how to maintaining this practice? How to maintaining this practice? So during the 4 daily activities, see the daily activity means eating, sleeping, moving around, and using the restrooms. So this is called 4 daily activities. So whatever you do in the daytime activities, everything is included for this 4 of these. So that's why it's called 4 daily activities. Okay, so during that time, maintain your awareness. So whatever you do, you need awareness. Yeah, without wavering. So then you have to recognize what's going on, your mind. Long as you have awareness, then you can keep in the natural state easily. But we don't have awareness, then you're off from the natural state. So this not for the beginner, everyone has. This for daily activity, maintain your awareness without wavering. Within that state, whatever thoughts or emotion arise, simply recognize them means that's not for beginner people. So that's the reason beginners have to go to solitary place, meditate. At least you need to stable your mind first. You have to create your stable your mind. Meditate shamatha. Then, of course, you have to meditate vipassana, have to understand your nature, what means your natural mind. So that's all information is come from vipassana, intellectual, investigating, and then you understand what means your natural mind. Then you have to practice the yidam deity, and Guru Yoga is developing your practice and create accumulation, very purify karma, and get blessings. Then go into the natural state. So natural state, when you get into the natural state, when you meditate, beginners, of course, we say we have meditation and post-meditations. So that means like when you go into meditate, you're using this all different practice, then you go into natural state, you meditate. Then when you finish, say, okay, I'm going to do these 4 activities. So during that time, you just do all your daily worldly activities. So that's for beginner people does. But practitioners, they don't create 2 sections like meditation and the post-meditations. So they always use mindful awareness. Mind, they're always watching their own mind, whatever they're doing. They don't have to sit down in the kitchen to meditate. They can go restroom, they can meditate. Yeah. Even the cooking, they are meditating. Even they are eating, they are meditating. Even the walking, hiking, they are meditating. So all this activity is put into the meditation. So who can do that? So who has more used to, and the practitioners, they can do that, not for beginners. If our beginners, we have to go to solitary place, remote area, then easy. Otherwise, you get distractions, not easy, So when I share the teachings, like somebody be in the room is like the distraction is not easy to share the teaching. Today, nobody here is glad, So I'm easy to share the teachings, but someone be here is like easily distracting there. If the person really pay attention, then not much distraction. But person drawing something like, even they're not drawing, but they're not paying attention, that's also distraction too. So, or I have to close eye and the teaching, So that's the reason, like, our mind is like not easy to distract. So that's why we have to create like meditation, means like we make special, create the time to practice. So we cannot use this all daily 4 activity is take into the meditation. So not possible for beginners. That is for more higher level used to practice like like used to practice, like we can say practitioners. So first beginner, we always have to create meditation section and practice sections. So that's why we do all the time, like, come together And doing this practice, Yadam deity together, meditation together, we creating, this meditation section. Not the 4 activity is taken into the meditation. 4 activity take to the meditation means really person have good development practice, stable, and must be have realized some levels. So then your mind is stable, you are used to your mind's practice. So long as then you have awareness, mindful, then you can maintain your awareness without wavering within that state of whatever thoughts or emotion arise, simply recognize them. So then you just cooking, still you can meditate. When thoughts arise, you see, simply recognize the thoughts arise. So you just into nature and meditate. Whatever you're doing, body doing is okay something. Meditation is not the body, right? So that's why you can go restaurant, still you can meditate. You can cooking, still you can meditate. You can walking, still you can meditate. So you cannot do, mind cannot do 2 things like, how to call the multitasking or something, The mind doing 2 things. That's not possible when you meditate. So your body can do something, other things. Okay, so then long as you have a awareness, you can maintain your meditation. So maintain meditation, whatever thoughts or emotion arise, simply recognize them. So that's what practitioners does, but beginners, what do we have to do? Beginners, we have to create a meditation section. So we meditate, sit down, and still like our body is a 7-point posture, sit down, meditate. The meditation means you don't have to put any effort, just relax your mind. So your mind then already have told nature state and not dividing from that nature of emptiness, clarity, emptiness, awareness. So that is the meditation. You be in that nature state, and then you mindful awareness have to watch. So maintaining your practice, whatever thoughts, emotion arise, just recognize them. Then that means like you don't have to get rid of them, just recognize. So no rejecting, no accepting. No rejecting is not try to stop these thoughts, emotions. You don't have to do that. If you're doing rejecting, then your mind is distracting. You cannot be in the natural state. So no rejecting. Then whatever emotion, thoughts arise, just recognize them, simply recognize them, and then no accepting, not follow the thoughts, emotions, no accepting them, just liberate them. Recognize and liberate them means go away. Same is like I give you the example, like when you drive the car is coming, same your directions, car is coming, you recognize the car is coming. You not try to stop the car. You cannot do that. Just no need to stop, just car is coming your direction. And you recognize, and then you don't have to follow the car, otherwise you lose your directions. The car is just passing through you. Just recognize, don't follow that, You just kept your direction. So that means like keep awareness, your direction, stay in your direction, meditating. So then that means like you liberate one car, 2 cars coming 2 cards are liberated, 3 cards liberate. Same like that. One thought comes, you liberate. Second thought, you liberate. Third thought, you liberate. So if you can liberate 5 thoughts one day, then that's great. You know, usually we not liberate even 1 thought. So when you meditate, simply recognize thoughts arise and just let go and liberate. Then there's thoughts, you know, it's good for your practice. So that's create your practice become more strong and strong. So same is you know, you create a fire. You have 1 firewood, you put in the fire, you create more fire, and you get another firewood, you put in the fire, your fires become strong and strong. So like that, you liberate your thoughts, one by one emotions, your wisdom is become increasing and increasing. So thoughts is the same as the firewood. The fire is the same as your wisdom. So firewood is put in the fire, then your fires become strong, increasing. So you need more firewood to create your fire, right? And same like that, when you meditate, then become this emotion and thoughts is good for the wisdom. Causes, that's always become goes to the causes of wisdom. So that's not for the beginners. That's the reason we have to practice first shamatha. Shamatha, stop the thoughts, stop the emotions. The rejecting this emotion and the thoughts. First, you have to be that way, you know. Then you can no rejection, thoughts, emotions, like go higher levels, like you can let them arise, let them come. But when they come, you have to recognize and liberate. If you cannot liberate your thoughts, emotions, then shamatha is better. Just we have to stop. It's better, you know, if we cannot liberate. Otherwise, these thoughts, emotions, we are follow the thoughts, emotions. So thoughts, emotions kept us in samsara, unbeginnerless time until now. Still, the thoughts, emotions keeping us in samsara. So if you cannot liberate the thoughts, emotions, then best way is just shamatha, stop the thoughts, emotions. Meditate. Then sometimes you come into this completion stage, Mahamudra meditate. So thoughts, emotions arise, just recognize and go back into your mind natural state there. You don't have to find any solutions for that to go away thoughts, emotions. You don't have to find any antidote to that. Just simply recognize, let go. That's it. So then become you are more used to practice meditation is become you used to, you have more confident, then you can thoughts, emotion is transformed to the Dharmakaya. So that is like another level, go up to another high level more. Thoughts, emotions go up to transform into the Dharmakaya nature. So, okay, so I have to drink tea first. I have a thought comes, so that's why I stopped. I told you that I get a distraction. So when we thoughts arise, the higher level, really good practitioners, when thoughts arise, emotion, whatever they arise, and then they can make separate from the thoughts, emotions. So usually think about ourselves, our situation. We are into the emotions. We are in the thoughts and we are into the emotions. Same is like the water, big river, flowing, and you don't know the swim, you are in the water, and you are suffering in the water. You are in the water. So that water is the same as the thoughts, emotions. You are in there. So now, these higher level meditators, free from that water, you watch the water. Water is there, you see that it's like crazy, you know, like sometimes we see the flower, too much rains, like flowery water, right? So like that, you see that, but you are not in there. And these very good meditators, higher level meditators, they see this emotion and the thoughts. They watch that, but they are not in there like that. So then they see that emotion, thoughts also groundless, ruleless, no exist. So then that's thoughts, emotions, also emptiness. So that means like thoughts, emotions transform to the Dharmakaya. So that's the Kaju, you know, this Malarepa, Marpalosa, this all Gambopa, that tradition, Mahamudra lineage, they talk about thoughts are Dharmakaya. Thoughts are Dharmakaya is not for beginner level. Thoughts are Dharmakaya is very high level. These practitioners did it that way. You know, thoughts are Dharmakaya. They transform thoughts are Dharmakaya. But then other lineages that didn't accept that. Many lineages debated like thoughts cannot be Dharmakaya. Thoughts is emotion. Thoughts is like, you know, it's negativity. They don't accept that. But of course, the level, you know, or everyone has different levels. If you don't have that ability, thoughts transform to Dharmakaya, then thoughts is a thought is emotions. So that's why many lineage teachers also debate to Kaju, this Mahamudra tradition. They said that is wrong, thoughts cannot be Dharmakaya. But then the Kaju, this tradition, this high level realizes, say thought is Dharmakaya. That makes sense, you know, because you are already separate from this emotion and the thoughts. You are not into there. So you see the thoughts, your emotions, they're separate. Then you watch the thoughts, emotions, like you seeing that the thoughts, emotions separate from you, then you see there are emptiness. So emptiness means it's a Dharmakaya. So that's always followed by different levels, meditators. And in the meditation teachings, always give you different informations, different method, and you know, so many different kind of method in there. So then that's the reason also different lineages, different teachings. But me essence is cannot be different. It's the same, must be same because the one nature. They don't have many different natures, only one nature, one Buddha, one essence. So that's we already talked here. You know, it is only a matter of relax the mind in its natural state and not dividing from that nature of emptiness clarity, emptiness awareness. So that is the nature. So you be into that is meditation. But then you need many different kind of method be into that nature. Without this method, you cannot be into that nature. So that's the reason many diversity method. This nature is not that hard to understand, but when we meditate, we have so many different kind obstacles, or like we have so much emotions, thoughts, and also different individuals have a different kind of problems. So that's the reason so many diversity method. So this all method helps different kind of people, different individuals have different dispositions and different capacities that need different method. So absolute true nature is not that hard, just very simple there, very simple. But due to the individual karma, or we say like capacities, not easy to get into that nature. So that's the reason we have to know all this method, different method. Within the state, whatever thoughts or emotion arise, simply recognize them. By doing so, you will naturally be cleared like snowflakes falling into a lake. So when you become used to, it's become good into meditation, then this all thoughts, emotion, whatever comes, that all is the same as this snow is falling into the beach. So that just dissolve to the snow cannot create there. Our regular beings, what that does, snow is falling to the cold place. First, our ground is very cold, frozen. Okay? So regular beings first frozen, then comes the snow. Then this snow is easy to stuck there, stay there. Become snows can be very strong and thick, right? Okay. Length, can you please go outside? Because I can get distraction. Yeah, you not pay attention to the teaching, so that's why. Okay, so now snow is like stuck into the ground. It's become frozen because we are frozen first. Regular people, ordinary people are frozen. So this practitioner is the same as a beach. Think about the beach, like when snow falling to the beach, not possible to stuck there. Snow stuck in the beach? No, right? So snow is the same as the thoughts and the emotions. Yeah? So when thoughts, emotion comes, these practitioners, or it's just liberating. They become increasing their practice. They're not really get distractions. So you have to know, you have to understand that way. Yeah? Okay. So now I'm more wrathful, and if you don't listening, and I get rid of you one by one. This is not only like in Tibet, when teachers share this, who we are in the one rooms, no pay attention, they always say get rid of, please go out. So usually we don't share the teaching with people who don't pay attention. They get distractions too. Okay, so also when I share the teaching, like in the zone, I don't recognize you pay attention much, but it's mostly I recognize pay attention. That helps my energy too. And if someone come into the room, they don't pay attention, they do things, then really distracting when you share the teaching. So I get rid of not first links. I did a couple of people already. So no, they are where we are right now. When you log into the essence of thoughts, nothing to impermanent. Oh, I see. By doing so, you will naturally by cleared, like snowflakes falling into a lake. But sustaining this over a long period of time, eventually you will experience being naturally in this state without having to place your mind there. So, then, so sustaining this over long period of time means like you meditate, you have to practice long time, not just one day arise, 2 days, 3 days, 1 month, you know. So maybe you meditate years, then your minds become maybe more used to, not only 1 month helps really. So take long time, because think about like our minds, like even you think I practice 1 month, but you know really 1 month. You really love to what you did is maybe 2 days only. You think it's 1 day, 1 month, but you really love to how much time you practice. It's maybe only 2 days. Some people say, I did 1 year practice, but you really looked into your practice, maybe 1 month. See, that's why it's take long time. Means like, if you practice it, of course, like affected the benefits and transform change, because we are into the nature is more powerful than go back to the doula state. But our minds already used to doula state and not easy to into the natural state. Very hard to stay in the natural state. We already used to, minds follow the dualistic thoughts. So that's the reason we have to practice by sustaining this over a long period of time. Eventually, you will experience being naturally in this state without having to place your mind there. So then, eventually, you sustaining this long period of time, so eventually you will experience being naturally in this state without wavering to place your mind. So then your minds become more stable. You use into that meditation practice. When even in the 4 daily activities, you will be in a state of ever increasing naked awareness of clarity and emptiness, no door. So you are used to that, and become your practice is very stable. Then you get experience. Is whatever this daily 4 activity, you have enough mind for awareness. See, right now you say, I want daily activity is meditation. It's not easy. That's hard for beginners. So that's the reason here said, by sustaining this over a long period of time, so you have to practice a long time, and you have to use to that. You have to get own experience. Then you can use these 4 daily activities. Then you will be in a state of ever increasing naked awareness of clarity and emptiness, no door. So then your minds become state of ever increasing neck awareness of. Neck means no thoughts. Your mind always be present, clear, and peaceful, and not follow the thoughts and emotions. So whatever you do, then your mind is become neck awareness of clarity, emptiness, no door. So that is means like really good practitioners. So not many people has that kind of level practice. If who has that person is called realizer person, realization, practitioner. When you get in this level, we are liberate or enlightened maybe in this life or in the bardo. That no cautions. So in the bardo, this experience is arise. Then you recognize that you are liberated in the bardo. You are liberated in the bardo. So that's we have to practice in this right now in the living time. We have to practice this. We have to use to that, recognize in the bardo. So this section is all is like just our effort and like practice, like not just short term, and practice that bring this realization. This realization is not belong to like individuals. This realization is like for everyone has opportunity. No bias, like like me and the female, everyone can get this realization. And this is not followed by age, not followed by age. This is not followed by, we talk about the races, colors, anything. This is just followed by effort, and who put effort into practice, they get realization. This is not followed by the names. So sometimes we say, oh, this is a very high teacher. So how do you going to look to high teacher means? Usually we follow by the name, means high teacher. But actually, this is not followed by the name. Sometimes like very high level names, teachers, when they pass away, they know any signs, nothing, just same as regular people. Sometimes like just ordinary lay people, like no, just regular, no one knows practitioner. When they pass away, they die, like have very special Tugdams, sons, or different kind of, this the special science that we can see that the person's realization. So this is only followed by effort. Persons put effort and practice. Of course, first you need the right teaching, and then you have a right teaching. You have to know how to do practice, and then you meditate, and sometimes you have to create accumulation merit. So practice yadam deity, and practice like four thoughts meditations, create love, compassion, many things, and then go into the natural state and meditate. So everything practice is a part of a branch for this. So this is the essence, but all other practice is a kind of this branchy. This practice branchy. So if you wanted to maintain this practice, then you need other practice. Otherwise, you cannot maintain this practice. So when you grow in the flower, this is the same as the seeds, but then you need earth, You need water, you need warmth, you need so many different conditions, like increasing the seeds is become transformed to the flower. It's beautiful, right? So like that, like if you wanted to realize, recognize this nature and realize, then we have to use all other practice too together. So this is the essence of the teaching. That's why in the completion, not in the vipassana, rest in mind, there also same exactly share this one. In the rest in mind, they say all the Buddha, all these Buddhas taught, Buddha Shakyamuni taught so many teachings. This all teachings is purpose is recognize this one, this nature. So why is this teaching, so many teachings? The main purpose is like essence. Main point is recognize our nature. So what is our nature? Then you have to recognize what it means your nature is. We already talked here. The nature is pro-modally, like we say, this very mind of yourself, this continuum, this original pro-modal knowing, innately aware, vividly clear, and present, is emptiness and compassion inseparable. So that one, that is the nature, yeah? So long as you recognize that, then you have to practice, meditate, use all these different methods. So then we maintaining this practice, when even in the 4 daily activities, you will be in a state of ever increasing awareness of clarity and emptiness, no draw. So that's the practitioner, really high level practitioners. Their mind is like awareness of clarity, emptiness, no draw. So they always be within this nature. They don't really off that much. So our beginners, 99% is off from this state. Practitioners, like maybe 99% be in that nature. So you see that, like we, of course, most we know, say, okay, here in the US, most people, of course, we know Gachin Rinpoche, think about. When he in the, usually know with the other peoples, whatever he does, looks like he always into that nature state. He don't do any other than that. So that's our fear, recognize. And even the walking and sometimes the chant prayer for others, doing things, but its mind is always in that nature state. But then when the compassion arises, they also sometimes they do pujas for other beings, So, but the mind is always in the natural state. So like that, many meditators has. So this all 4 activity is in the path, meditation state. So maybe next time, like you can go to Tibet, you can see like that kind of many meditators too. So, but if you don't meditate, you don't recognize. That's the Gachin Rinpoche, he said that. If you don't meditate, you don't recognize who is the meditator. If you meditate, then you practice and then you recognize the person is a meditator or no. Even they do the 1 pause stations, you see, oh, this person is a meditator or not. So even the chant, the prayers, you recognize right away, oh, this person is a meditator or not. Some people chant prayers really beautifully, but you know that his mind is not there. Some people chant prayers terrible, but mind is there and into that connections, prayers. We always follow by auto level. People all the time follow by auto level. No one follow inner. So then because the reason is everyone, mostly like 99 is no practitioner, even the Buddhist people. 99% is no practitioner, right? 1% is a practitioner. So then all these people follow is auto level. So we follow the auto level. So we have to know that inner level followers, then they are different. Sometimes we see the who follow the inner level a little bit crazy, but not really crazy. They understand different. So that's why thinking samsaric beings seeing Malarepa as crazy. So Malarepa seeing samsaric beings crazy, you know. So that's the become differences. And also Malarepa's sister really see he is crazy. She really upset with him. She said, so many high lamas in here. Please are going to go to request them to, you can be attending some lamas. I can find you job for attending, you know, maybe you can like keep the shrine room or, you know, make clean up something, doing things. Some teachers ride the horse, maybe the Malarepa can take the hold of the horse, you know. So like that kind of, she thinks like she find a job for him. So her sister really upset him, is like, you're terrible, you're not practitioner. So many Dharma practitioners, so many lamas, high level lamas, no one has do it like this. No one has this kind of problems, sufferings. You are terrible. She told him. So Malarepa tried to get her mind is Dharma, but very hard. He really cannot bring she is in Dharma. So then she upset and she goes and she go to the bed and to find a cloth, something, you know, and so Malarepa is naked, he don't have a cloth. So she upset too, because she's shy and really upset too for that. Then she went to find some cloth, pieces of cloth, join together, make and give it to Malarepa. And then she went back to bake the food again, go looking the food, cloth, something for Malarepa. And one day Malarepa, everything cut, what she give. He make pieces of like, each fingers have like kind of different cloth, you know, make different pieces of like put in the different fingers and something he make just different ways. Then when she come back, she really upset. She said, you are crazy, she said. You say you don't have time to do anything. See, you have time. You cut all what I give you cloth. You cut everything into pieces and make like terrible things like this way. You have time to do that, you know. So actually, Malarepa is for activity is in the meditation. He's not talking about he don't have time to do that. You know what he's doing is he is in the activities or is meditation. So Malarepa, he said he's not going to do this or the worldly activities with things. He said he don't have time to do that. But when she come back, she see all the clothes he cut at the pieces. She think he has time to do this. So Malarepa, he already has this level, you know, for activity is in the nature meditation. So body, whatever he does, is actually he never lost in the nature state. He always be in there. So then Malarepa told his sister, he told her, if I do do something like other lamas doing, I can do like that. But he said, I'm not going to do that. He said, I don't see that anything is like for essence and useful and something great there. So then she upset, you cannot do that because you say you can, but you cannot. She says that, yeah, disagree with her, with him, Malarepa. But then anyway, slowly, then she understanding, Malarepa also become very famous, and many people comes receiving teachings, and he's become more famous. Then also she follow him. So she also become one day is a yogini, is realization. So that's the story, Malarepa. You can see that. Okay, so now what time is? So to introduce those as Dharmakaya, when mind is let go, relax in its natural state. Look directly into the essence of mind itself. This open. We are there, right? Vivid presence awareness, clear and without thoughts. As you are resting in this nature, whatever thoughts surface, look directly into the essence of the thoughts. Meditate as before and gain conviction. So, see, that is the introducing our mind nature. Our mind nature is Dharmakaya. So Dharmakaya means when mind is let go, relax in its natural state. So then that time is we are in the Dharmakaya natural state. So how to get in that natural state? Look directly into the essence of mind itself. We have to look to our mind itself. Then our mind is open, vivid, present awareness. So that is clear and without thoughts. So no any thoughts. Then your mind is become peace. So usually we always have a thought. Not easily like out of the thought. So when we are in the without the thought, that time, then you also get blessing too, mind bless. As you are resting in this nature, whatever thoughts surface, look directly into the essence of the thought. So whatever thoughts surface, like when thought comes, look directly into the essence of thoughts, then we meditate as before and gain conviction. These very thoughts that are unceasing are nakedly present, clarity, emptiness. So then when thoughts comes, like we also have to watch the thoughts, of course, like thoughts. The thoughts also emptiness too. Meditate on before and gain conviction. These very thoughts that are unceasing are nakedly present, clarity, emptiness. The thoughts also emptiness. Consider, for example, the waves that rise and fall on the surface of the ocean. They are the ocean. So this all thoughts is arise from the mind. Is when you meditate, all thoughts dissolve to the mind. So not go to the separate. Means like this meditators, whatever thoughts arise, then recognize, release thoughts, then dissolve to the thoughts is in the mind. So same is this ocean, where the waves that arise and fall on the surface of the ocean, they are the ocean. There are no ocean waves apart from the ocean. So that wave is an ocean, not different from the ocean, the wave is. We know that. So there are no ocean waves apart from the ocean. There's no ocean outside of our apart from the waves. It is just like that from the space of clarity and emptiness. Thoughts arise, but these thoughts are indivisible with the clarity and emptiness. When you look into the essence of a thought, there is nothing to apprehend. Where is the thought located? The thought itself is non-conceptual. This makes you heart fill with joy and wonder. So when you meditate, some people said this heart area, like kind of, I think some, stuck there or become kind of like not pleasant. When you meditate, sometimes people happen that the thoughts itself is non-conceptual. This makes your heart fill with joy and wonder. Means, so some people when meditate and look into the mind, so you are into the natural mind, but some is like low into mind means only focus heart. So not really into the natural state, like kind of like that, just stop the thoughts, like just too much pressure put in the heart level. So then sometimes like that, kind of like, you pressure, too much pressure in your heart area. So that's kind of happening, and then there, you fear something. So that's like really not correctly you are into the natural state. When you into the low mind nature, so then your minds get blessed and peaceful, joy, and different feelings, So here what here says, like makes you heart to feel with joy and wonder. Like I think it's like really blessed, kind of joyful arise. So that time is that correct, but you cannot attach to that joy. You recognize you have that feeling, but not the stay with the feeling happily, joy, You have recognized that feeling also, same is a thought. The recognize, nor accepting, nor rejections. If you accepting, that's joy, bliss, you attach to that. Then you lose your joy feeling or become the experiences or going into the obstacle. If you no accepting, no attached to that, then rejections don't try to all go away that. Just recognize and that, no attached to that. Then some people has expectation for that, expectation to that. People read the books and the teachers talk about the bliss, joy, experience. Then meditators think, oh, I wanted to that joy, feeling, bliss. So you have expectation for that. Then you never get experience too. So that's expectation is also obstacle. Okay, so that's this meditation experience is come from just balance and come from many different kind of conditions. Some conditions not right there is then just stuck there. Whatever you do, other things, but still you don't get into that bliss. So this need to come all the conditions, but need balance. Okay, so that's we have to stay there today. Finish the teaching there today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
So,
Ask questions?
Thank you, Khenpo.
okay, one question.
Okay, well, it's kind of long, but first I just want to say I did have to remove myself from the classroom for a few minutes because somebody really needed my help. So it was a decision of compassion over teaching, and I decided with compassion. But we are humans living in this world of dualistic concepts like absolute truth and relative truth. But on the absolute truth level, if the mind is non-existent, then it cannot be empty. It cannot have a natural state. And we tend to focus on these negative things like monkey mind or foggy mind, but it cannot be a foggy mind or it cannot be a monkey mind, but there can't be, if it can't have the negative, it can't have the positive either. It can't have wisdom, it can't have compassion, and like I said, it can't be empty. But then when we go, I understand monkey mind and foggy mind in terms of practice and meditation and all those things, but then if we're in the real world working jobs and doing things like this, people like scientists and inventors and teachers, they're constantly having to think. But I don't think that classifies them as having a monkey mind. I think that is more of a wisdom mind or an intellectual mind. And it's the same thing with people who are like artists. They maybe have an artistic mind. So where is there has to be a balance here somewhere between all of this. And is it just to realize that this is how it is? I don't understand. There's always so much talk about get rid of the foggy and the monkey mind, but sometimes we need to have a little bit of a monkey mind when we're working or like you said, maybe even driving. But then on going back to that absolute truth level, if mind does not exist, nothing can exist. It can't, like I said, it can't be in a natural state. It can't be empty. It can't be compassionate. It can't have wisdom. It can't have monk. So I would like to know what you say about that.
Okay, who can give answer for that? Everyone is a professional here, I think. Export, right? Export. So
I don't know this monkey mind. Where is this coming from?
No come from any place, no located any place. Yes. Okay, Lisa, your question is so
I
when
think if you're having a struggle with the mind, then you just visualize mandala palace and the deity inside the mandala palace, and you transform it. That's what Khenpo said.
Khenpo.
Yeah, that's also helps us. So 1 minute. First, I wanted to give answer to Liza's question.
Thank you, Khenpo.
So, Liza, okay, so your question is, didn't clearly understand, but I'll give you one answer. Maybe it's okay,
Thank
just
you.
think about. So we have two truth, relative truth and absolute truth.
Yes.
Yeah, so relative truly, of course, like we just see, or whatever what you say, like artists, scientists, like this kind of every people, there's so many different individual has different talents, doing things, right?
Yes.
But that's all relative truth. But no, meditation is absolute truth.
Okay, good.
And let go all this object into the nature. So when you meditate, that is absolute truth. That time is we don't have to think about the scientists, artists, or what these people doing things.
Well, thank you. That's a very good answer, because when you talk about, like when we go into meditation and we talk about there's either a monkey mind or a foggy mind, I keep thinking, well, what if there is neither of those minds? What if you don't have a monkey mind or a foggy mind? What do you have then? Do you have an empty mind? Do you have
No, we have actually, relatively individually, some people has a monkey mind, crazy mind. Some people has foggy, sleepy mind.
Mm-hmm.
But in the absolute truly, they don't have divisions for that.
Yes, that's what I think I was trying to point out on the absolute truth.
Yeah, it's all same. But when we meditate a bit, the result is like when you really into the natural state, like monkey mind can be more stay in that, because foggy people like easily go falling asleep,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But that means like not the difference mind nature. Mind nature is the same there, everyone.
Okay, thank you very much, Khenpo.
You're welcome. That's your question, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now it's who has questions? I heard somebody saying something.
Layman.
Okay, Lemon.
Yeah, Khenpo, I have a question about the practice. When you talk about the mind and the emotion, usually when I watching it really carefully, it's when something really strong, like the emotion was really upsetting or really angry or something. Then I watch it and I really investigate it and I follow the thought and follow and go deeper and deeper. And suddenly, sometimes I understand the root of it, and then I let go, and then I was free from that thought and I was free from that emotion. But after that, I feel like I'm free from that issue, no problem anymore. And then I will have other issues come up and up. Like I'm feeling that I'm trying to solve all these different kinds of emotions, and it's really sometimes tiring. And I feel I have released some of that, but I don't see that natural mind or restful mind there. I just feel I'm happy and I let go of it, and then I feel a little bit peaceful. But next day I have other things come up and I have to follow it again. When will I be able to get to the nirvana? I don't have to follow all this.
So when you get nirvana, so when you not follow the thoughts, so not follow the emotion, that time you get nirvana.
Yeah, I felt
when you follow the thoughts, follow the emotion, that time you get in samsara, okay? So you say just sometimes you get rid of your thoughts, emotions, so that time you get in the nirvana. So you have to use to that, then one day you free from all this like different kind of situations, like, so thoughts, emotions.
But it seems that we have all kind of different situations come up, and then you have to solve it again and again and again.
Yes. Of course, we are stuck, stay in the samsara. So we have always get different situations. It comes, so then you get different thoughts, emotions. So you get rid of that, and next day you get different situations. You have another thought, emotion comes, right? So you use the same method.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same method all the time.
Yeah. And
if you can get rid of the one situation, thoughts, emotions, then same method you can get rid of whatever and comes. You have thoughts, emotions. That's also use the same method. Okay.
One question when you are talking about.
I'll give you one answer.
Okay.
So I told make the fire. So thoughts the same as the firewood. So that when you get firewood, just put in the fire. So fire going to burn that. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to throw away the firewood somewhere. Just put in the fire. Fire take care. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So like that.
Understand that. I understand that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So then see you in the 6:30. 6:30. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Did you want
Do
to
we need to do dedication?
Oh, yeah, dedication, please, Marilyn. Sorry about I forget.
Today I'm ready, today you forget.
Okay, Marilyn, please chant the English this dedication.
Okay. Ho no sar sanje na. Oops, I'm English. Oh, in the center is the marvelous Buddha Amitabha of boundless light. On the right side is the Lord of great compassion, and on the left is Vajrapani, the Lord of powerful means. All are surrounded by limitless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Immeasurable peace and happiness is the blissful pure land of Dewa Chen. When I and all beings pass from samsara, may we be born there without taking a samsaric rebirth. May I have the blessings of meeting Amitabha face to face. By the power of the blessings of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, may we attain this aspiration without hindrance. Teyata benza driya aya bodha naya soha. Just a minute. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. By this virtue, may I achieve omniscience by defeating all enemies, confusion. May all who travel the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. As Manjushri, the warrior, realized the ultimate state, and as did Samantabhadra, I will follow in their path and fully dedicate the merit for all sentient beings. May the teachings of the great Dringkupa Ratnashri, who is omniscient, Lord of the Dharma, master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of samsara.
Thank you.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Yes.
Thank you,
Then,
Khenpo.
thank you, everyone. See you 6:30.
Okay, see you later.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Temple.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.